Hey guys, welcome to another episode. Today we're going to be talking about Cinestill, black and white BWXX. What is it? Why is it for you? And why do you need it? Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we're talking about Cinestill's black and white BWXX. A little background on the film. It is a Kodak movie film. This was the particular film that they used to shoot, Raging Bull, Schindler's List, Kill Bill is actually another one. So Cinestill bought this film and cut it down to size, repackaged it in order to shoot it in 35 millimeter. Performance-wise, this is actually a really good film. It has a good dynamic range as far as black and whites are concerned. Where it does suffer is if there are extreme black and whites. So if you have something blown out on one side and extremely dark on the other side, your shadows will get muddy. This is made to be processed in Cinestill's D96 processing. It's actually not bad. I think the batch I have of Cinestill is actually a bit old. So I found out after the fact that with the Cinestill developer, the monobath, once you open it, you have too much to really use it. And I think that might be what my problem was with mine, because I started seeing a little bit more grain than I was used to in this film. And I think that was probably the developing time that I didn't account for because of the age of the film. The age of the developer. As far as grain goes, it's a pretty fine grain. It's probably what you expect in a movie film. If you've ever seen Schindler's List or Raging Bull, you know exactly what to get. It gives you that silhouette-y look on your shadows, and then that kind of ghostly look on your highlights. Now, this particular film, they said it's rated at 250 if you're outside, and I'm sorry, it's 200 if you're outside, 250 if you're inside. I've been actually just shooting it at 250 straight, and I haven't had any issues. It looks pretty good to me either way. But I tend to shoot it at the 250 just because that's personal preference. So I think they kind of give you a little latitude with the 250 or 200. It's more or less what you plan to do with it. Now, I actually had one of the labels come off, and they actually just take that film and repurpose it into a 800T Cinestill canister, and then just put the label on top of this. My general thoughts, like I said on the film, I think it performs well. I think they do give you a little bit of latitude as far as highlights and shadows and the dynamic range of the film, but I wouldn't try my luck too far with it. Having said that, like I said earlier, the shadows and lights, they play off each other well with this film. I was able to shoot a roll about 2 weeks ago. I went out with a buddy of mine, Josh, and we shot some rolls of film, and that was one of the films I wanted to really focus on and try to get some good shots with. And with it being extremely hot and sunny in Houston, I was able to find some really sharp shadows and sharp contrast between light and highlights and shadows downtown. And I was blown away by some of the results I got, especially off of buildings that were kind of in the shadows and had a few light leaks basically going across the front of them. I'll show you some examples of that at the end of the video, and I'll play some around. Would I recommend this film? If you're looking for an experimental film, something to play around with, I would say get it. But I would also caution you to understand that this film is right around $13 a roll, depending where you get it from. But if you're looking for something to keep in your arsenal of black and white film, I think it's a good film to have as a backup, mainly because of the cost. You can find cheaper film that has a lot better dynamic range, a lot better contrast, but you're not getting that classic Kodak movie film look that you'd be looking for. So I would say I would put this probably around my number three. My number one film right now that I love is the Across, the re-release of the Across, followed by the Ortho 80, and then this will be either third or fourth, depending on how I'm feeling that day, about Tri-X. I would say this film was easier to develop with that D96 that Cinestill made because it is their particular film, and that monobath was made basically for this. If you look on the back of the bottle, or actually the recommendations for this particular film, it tells you made for the D96. So with that, I'm going to end the video. Show you some images of the photos I took. I shot this in my Nikon FA, and I think the next one I'm probably going to shoot this particular roll probably in the Nikon Nichromat that I have that I recently got. I kind of want to see how that camera does with this film. So also one thing before I forget, at at $13 a roll, roughly $14 a roll, you get 36 shots. So you do get a pretty good bang for your buck. But again, I would not use this film as an experimental film due to the cost. You know, if you just want to get a black and white film that you can throw in the camera real quick and test to see if the camera is working, or if you just want to go out and play around, I don't think this is a film to do it because of the cost, unless you just got it like that. I would say, like I said, there's cheaper films. Kodak still makes a good stocks that are cheaper, but if you just want to have a special occasion black and white film and you want that Kodak classic movie look, then I would say this is the film to go to. So I will see you guys next week with another review of some sort. I had planned to be outside and do some reviews, but we had a thunderstorm today and it was pretty bad, and it was supposed to have rain all week. So odds are I won't get out to shoot anything new. So we'll probably just be reviewing some cameras or something on the next video. So I'll talk to you guys later, and I'll see you next week.